Hi there everybody, today we're going to look at cones, okay? So two parts of the thing to do with cones. We're going to look at surface area and we're also going to look at volume of cones, okay? So you might want to take some notes as you're doing this, as we go through it. So the surface area of a cone is, for the top bit, so the bit around the outside, is pi RL, alright? So it's something you need to learn. So it's pi times radius times L, where L is the slope, it's the slant length. Okay, so that's quite important. This one's a little bit different to an awful lot of other ones. It's the slant length, so pi times radius times L. All right, so that's the surface area of the bit round the outside. All right, that's not the area, obviously, the circle at the bottom. So if you need to want the area at the bottom, you would need to add that on. All right, so just going to clarify, what R is the radius of the circle at the base, and L is the slope length. Okay, so find the surface area of the cone. So it doesn't say find the surface area of the curved part of the cone, it says the surface area of the cone. So the curved surface area part of it is pi times 8 times 3. Alright, so the radius is there, and obviously you've got the slope length, which is going to give you 24 pi, which is 75.4, excuse me. But of course, if we're after the whole lot, then I need to look at the surface area of the circle at the bottom. So if you haven't looked at areas of circles, then please look at that before this one, because you need to know that one as well. So the surface area of a circle is pi r squared, so pi times 3 squared, so pi times radius squared, which is 9 pi, which is 28.24. So the total surface area of those two are those two added together, which is that lot. All right. So if you haven't looked at obviously areas of other shapes, then please look at obviously those first, because obviously you need to know the area of a circle first of all. Obviously the key part of this one really is about that pi RL, the curve bit around the outside, all right? And of course the fact that you need the slope length for this particular one, all right? So what happens if you're not given the slope length? Well, if you're not given the slope length, then you're going to need to use Pythagoras to find it, okay? So here you go. So you've got, you can see from the diagram, you've got R at the bottom, you've got L, and you've got H. And so if you're given H, the height, then you need to use Pythagoras to kind of achieve it. So using Pythagoras, so r squared plus h squared equals l squared, all right? And that's going to help you kind of figure out the slope length. So let's do a full example. So if you want the surface area of the cone, this is the height. Remember, I want this one, all right? So using Pythagoras, so again, if you're not quite sure what I'm talking about in terms of Pythagoras, and you've not done the lesson on Pythagoras, then please look at the lesson on Pythagoras' theorem first to show you how I'm working out the length of this particular diagonal of a right angle triangle. All right, so 9 squared plus 4 squared square rooted, that's going to give you the slope length, which is going to give you square root of 97, which is 98, so 9.85 I should say, centimeters. And then the curved surface area now is pi times radius times length, so pi times 4 times that answer. All right, and that's going to give you 123.76. And then, of course, because on the whole surface area, don't forget, and you still need the surface area of the circle at the bottom. So that's pi times 4 squared, which would be pi times 16, which is 50.265. And then the total surface area would be those two added together. All right. So what you're seeing here from surface area of a cone is that the application of obviously Pythagoras potentially, and obviously knowing obviously the area of a circle as well. So there's a couple of other aspects of learning potentially needed in order to be able to work out surface area of a full cone in any given situation. Potentially thinking about those exams at the end. All right. So please feel free. So you can obviously go have a look at maths-school.co for some practice